It's not recorded. Good morning, Unity friends and family. About 9 minutes before our broadcast on your iPad, computer, or telephone. So, whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself ready. In the meantime, I'm just going to go and plug my strings a little bit. you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. Welcome. Welcome and good morning. July 11th. So we're having still our I Am Free and I Am Unlimited joy song. So if you would please stand if that's comfortable for you and join us. Once again, very simple for the ones that were not here last week. I am free, I am unlimited. You are free, you are unlimited, and we are free, we are unlimited. And by the way, we're still looking for somebody that is volunteering to go back at the end of the room when we have the screen down,
Just
so we
click a
can.
little something and we'll have the words right there.
Yeah, we
I want to
project the
thank you
words
ahead of
back
time
onto
for
the
volunteering.
screen. So in the meantime, we're just going to have to work with our memories.
Rita has her hand up there.
Not right now, but for the.
Oh, see? Isn't that wonderful?
All right.
Okay. Free and unlimited.
I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited, right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited, right now, right now. You are free, you are unlimited, there are no chains that bind you. You are free, you are unlimited, right now, right now.
Aloha.
You are free, you are unlimited, there are no chains that bind you. You are free, you are unlimited, right now, right now. We are free, we are unlimited, there are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited, right now, right now. We are free, we are unlimited, there are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited, right now, right now.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, I would like to welcome Hank Lewis, a licensed Unity teacher in Orlando. He is the founder of Serving Ministries and Ministries Collaborative, where he speaks at churches and teaches classes for those spiritual centers without licensed teachers. He is the licensed Unity teacher representative to the Southeast Region Board of Directors. He's worked in higher education for more than 35 years and is the assistant director of academic program quality at the University of Central Florida, where my kids currently are. So that's near and dear to my heart. And he's also an affiliate faculty member in women's and gender studies there. We've enjoyed hearing his stories and his inspirational services over the past year, and we're pleased that he has come back to join us once again. So for the fourth time, it is my pleasure to welcome Hank Lewis.
Thank you, Susan. Will you join me as we pray together? It's with gratitude that we come out on this morning amidst the rain from the previous week, the beautiful sunshine today, and acknowledge that it is all good and it is all God. We look around and we see one another and we give thanks. And we are in gratitude for each one here who supports us, who loves us, who cares for us, who supports our journey, our soul's growth. And we give thanks. We understand the value of one another. We understand the value of the support that we have together and the support that we gain from this Unity Center. And we say thank you. In love and in peace and with grace and joy, we welcome each to this place this morning as we grow and learn together. And so it is.
So it is.
Amen.
Good morning.
Morning, Faye.
That's nice. I'm Faye Prado. I am your prayer chaplain today, so I'll be available after service in the sacred space over here to hear any prayers you might like or need. I'm also on the search committee who are looking for the next new minister here at the Unity Spiritual Center of Vero Beach. And we affirm and give thanks for the inspirational, energetic, and innovative minister that we know is on their way to us now. It's neat to be looking and we can feel it happening. The daily word today, actually the daily words, are pray for others. I know the truth of each dear one I hold in prayer. What an honor it is to hold others in prayer. I am grateful for this sacred trust and use it to see beyond appearances, knowing they are temporary conditions. I focus on the unchangeable truth that each one for whom I pray is a divine being, a living expression of God. As I pray for others, I envision divine peace, calming thoughts, and strengthening faith. I see healing leading to the realization of wholeness. I pray divine love and wisdom create harmony in relationships, guiding every decision. I affirm divine order is established in every area of life. I claim for them the zeal to complete everything that needs to be done. I then give thanks, grateful to bless others with the gift of prayer. And from Matthew chapter 18, verse 19, again, truly I tell you, if two of you agree on earth about anything you ask, it will be done for you by my Father in heaven. I know the truth of each dear one I hold in prayer. Let's say that together. I know the truth of each dear one I hold in prayer.
Peter and I are going to sing I Need to Be Still. And this is going to lead right into meditation. So let's everybody just take a nice big deep breath, opening our hearts and feeling that high frequency of our deep heart.
I need to be still and let God love me. I need to be still. And let God love me. When this old world let God love me. I need to let go.
I need to let go and let God take over.
I need to let go.
I need to let go
and let God take over. And take these burdens off my shoulder. I need to be still and let God take over. I need to be still and let God love me.
God, prepare me.
God, prepare me to be your sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving.
With thanksgiving,
I'll be a living sanctuary for you. God, prepare me to be your sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
A living sanctuary, that is indeed what we are. I invite you this morning to take a couple of deep breaths, to center yourself, to become as comfortable as you can in the space that you're sitting, whether you're here in the sanctuary with us or whether you're with us online. Settle in and become comfortable. This morning, as we talk of the power of understanding, I invite you to center your focus between your brows, the front of your brain, which is where understanding lies. Bring your mind and your focus to that area. Continue to breathe deeply. Feel your breath moving through your body. Think about being a living sanctuary. It is indeed who we are. It is the Christ that lives within each one of us, who allows us to be that sanctuary for ourselves and for others. Say to yourself in this time of meditation, the Christ within is awakened in me. I am a sanctuary. I have the ability to spiritually see and understand divine ideas. I am comfortable knowing that I can ask questions and question everything that I have ever been taught. And it is perfectly fine with the universe. I am the power of understanding. And I make connections between the laws that govern the world and the universe and the thoughts and experiences that I have as an individual. I have and I am spiritual insight. I am love. I am peace. I am grace. I am compassion. I am empathetic. I am the Christ showing up in this world as me. I am indeed a sanctuary of love and peace. I am divine understanding. Let us take these statements into a time of the silence together. As you come back into this present moment and into this time, I encourage you to consider that you are indeed understanding. You are powerful beyond your wildest dreams. We can live the powers that are in us and change our world. And so it is. Amen.
We understand that we are all angels. We are all angels who only have one wing. All angels searching for each other. All angels who cannot reach the sky. 'Cause we need each other to fly. Do you know there are angels in our midst? Can you hear them? Can you feel them? They're all around you, with you every day. Do you see them, or do you look the other way?
It's that woman I thought forgot to kiss as I hurried out the door. Or that stranger that said hello that I ignore, they are angels. We are angels. We are all angels who only have one wing. All angels searching for each other. All angels who cannot reach the sky. 'Cause we need each other to fly. My life gets so busy, time goes by so fast. I rush through the day trying to make each moment last. When I take the time to look around, I see
Sweet angels smiling back at me everywhere at any time I need to open up my eyes and see the beauty that surrounds me. Now I realize
we are angels. We are angels. We are all angels who only have one wing. All angels searching for each other. All angels who cannot reach the sky. 'Cause we need each other to fly. We need each other to fly. We need each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Blessed to have such wonderful musicians. Amen. So thank you for the opportunity to share with you again this morning. I didn't actually realize it had been 4 times. Thank you. I kind of get lost. Since September of last year, I've been at my home church once a month. Other than that, I've been traveling. So I now have this huge spreadsheet that has where I was, what I talked about, and about halfway in, I started putting what I wore on there. Because they didn't want people to think I only had the one outfit that I show up in. So it's amazing when you're traveling around the kind of things that you keep up with. But one of the great blessings of traveling is I've gotten to share with so many of you. And a part of that is your service comes on at 10 o'clock. So my watch will beep at 10 o'clock telling me you've started, and most services start 10:30 or 11. So I get to at least watch half of yours before I move into the next thing that I'm doing. So thank you. All who participate in the services, thank you so much. For the music, which just brings it to life and lifts it up, thank you. And for all of those, Elizabeth, who is working with you during this transition period, thank you, my friend. As we all pray together and hold that the perfect person is on their way here. I love your affirmation. Thank you for sharing that. So I was told the story of this father who was reading stories to his kids. Every night he read them a little Bible story. And for some reason he came across the story of Lot and his wife. And he decided he was going to read them the story in a way thinking, oh, who knows what they're going to get out of this story, but we'll give it a shot. So he read, the man named Lot was warned to take his wife and flee out of the city. But his wife looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. So the children sat there for just a second with this blank look on their face. And then finally the little boy very timidly says, what happened to the flea? The sentence said, the man named Lot was warned to take his wife and flee out of the city. My son is almost 10 years old, and that reminds me of every story I have ever told him. The deep meaning and that great message that I think he's going to get of it, though I'm not real sure what it would have been about Lot and his wife turning to a pillar of salt, he misses totally. And he hears about the flea. Because at 10, that's way more cool than hearing the story about people running away from somewhere. And in this Bible story, I suspect that that's not what the dad thought his kids were going to hear either. But this month in Unity, we're studying the power of understanding. And understanding comes from our lived experiences in many cases. And a lot of us have trouble sometimes distinguishing between a flea and fleeing. Because it's all based on what you hear, how you hear it, just like most of you didn't even hear that word in the first sentence, but a 10-year-old would. It's our experiences that create a part of our understanding. It's our experiences that allow us to distinguish between one thing and another. In the Revealing Word, Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore said there are two ways of getting understanding. One is by following the guidance of spirit that dwells within, and the other is to go blindly. Blindly. I love that. Ahead and learn by hard experience. I don't know your stories. I only know mine. And there have been times when I made my life's journey by listening to the Spirit within. When I became a licensed Unity teacher, there was no logic to that decision. Zero. I have a really good job at the University of Central Florida, and I couldn't figure out why in the world I was being led and knowing deep within in times of meditation that that's what I was supposed to do next. But I did. And it's been one of the best experiences of my life. I followed that leading, that internal message that came to me and said, here's what you're going to do. But reality is there's a lot of times I took that other road, that road where I blindly just jumped ahead and did something and learned from hard experience, or as one of my friends calls the cosmic 2x4 that hits you square in the head and said, here's your lesson. And you know that you could have learned that lesson so much more easily had you simply gone into some times of meditation and prayer and thought about it. Spiritual understanding is the ability of the mind, according to Fillmore, to apprehend and realize the laws of thought and the relation of ideas one to another. So it's basically connecting the dots, putting it all together and understanding how all of the laws of the universe work together and how all of them work together in our life. This is the difference between intellectual understanding and spiritual. Intellectual is based in this relative realm and has a lot to do with our experiences that we gained with that 2x4. And spiritual understanding has to do with spending time in silence, spending time in prayer and meditation. And it transcends that intellectual understanding. It's a knowing that comes to us beyond the reasoning process. You just know. In one of my talks here, I think I talked about my dad and my relationship when I was younger. It was a little strained. We didn't understand each other. But as we got older, it changed. And it changed through us using both, whether we understood it or not, our power of understanding. Because understanding is to know, to perceive, to apprehend, to spiritually see. And my dad and I learned that if we were ever going to be friends, in addition to being related, that we had to understand each other. So we came to some understandings. One, we are very different people and will likely not ever agree on much of anything. That's okay. Because in understanding that, we also know and perceive that we love each other deeply. And for the last few years of his, last 15 or so years of his life, we had a wonderful relationship, and we talked at least once a week, where before we barely spoke for years. Understanding who we are, who we understand ourselves to be, and how we perceive others allows us to create relationships with them. This is the understanding, the awakening of our power of understanding, and to know that this power is awakened not only through the work that we do in working with others, but also through questioning. I don't know if you've ever questioned your beliefs and what you think. If you're in Unity, you probably did somewhere along the way. But I did. In my 20s and 30s, I spent my entire 2 decades questioning everything that I believed, everything that I had been taught, everything that I thought I understood. And I had to give it a lot of thought. And I had to understand, for me, what is it I really believe? And the more I questioned, the more I found out it wasn't anything like what I had been brought up and told. A lot of it began to change. And that is when I began to seek other areas. That is when I left a life that was pretty comfortable in the Southern Baptist Church and came to Unity, which is like the opposite end of the continuum in many ways. And I began to really learn and understand who I was and what I believed. And in questioning, I find it fascinating that my favorite disciple, Thomas, represents the power of understanding. We know him as Doubting Thomas, the one who questioned everything, the one who said, I'm not believing he rose again until I can feel the holes in the hands or the hole in the side, according to the story in Christian scripture. That's our view of Thomas. But my view of Thomas is he's the one who asked every question in the world. And if you go back and you read Christian scripture, you'll see that every time Jesus told a story, Thomas had a question. I love those people because I'm not one of them. So I appreciate those of you who will question things, and I'm getting better at it. But I think it's important that we do ask those questions. And every time he asked, Jesus responded, because he understood that he was genuinely trying to learn and trying to understand. He needed to know things firsthand. He needed to understand that there was more to it than just the asking of the question, but hearing of the answer, and then ingesting that and making it a part of himself. So Thomas got that part. There's another story of a Sunday school teacher who asked all the children in the room if they believed in God. And he said, if you believe in God, raise your hand. Every hand went up. Then the next question was, why do you believe in God? In ministerial school, if I want to watch everybody's head deep down, you ask, who'd like to lead us in prayer today? And most people now have learned that somebody's going to, so we just go ahead and volunteer. But that first few weeks, everybody looks down. They're afraid to do that. I don't get it, but okay. I probably was looking down too, so I understand. But the reality is, why do you believe in God? And finally, one little girl raised her hand and very timidly said, I think it runs in my family. So while that's an amusing answer, that's the answer a lot of us have. Why do we believe in God? Because we always have, because we've always been taught that we should, because our family taught us to, our parents, our grandparents taught us to. And for a very long time, that was a good enough answer for me, 40 years to be exact. That answer worked until I started keeping on with those questions, and then it didn't work so much anymore. I heard everything that every religion believed about faith and Jesus and truth and salvation and all of those other fun words like surrender and all those things that we're supposed to do and believe. And I questioned them all. And I found that I got brand new answers as I got older and continued to ask those questions. And I also found that with my 10-year-old, his favorite question is why. Y'all have all been there, I get it. Why? No matter what I say, why? Drives me crazy some days. And for the umpteenth time that I've heard that question related to the exact same subject, I have to remind myself that genuinely, he doesn't know the answer to that. And sometimes we don't either. And that is why we need to ask questions, to find our why. Why is it that we believe what we believe? Why is it that our understanding is where it is? Why is it that we are where we are on our journey? Some of us just accept things, we let it go, we push them down, then we do therapy later to pull them back up and get rid of them. But we just accept things and let it go. Kids aren't like that. They're going to keep on with that why until we explain to them the true why. That it's my job to guide them and help them understand not only the why of the yes, but also the why of the no, and the consequences that go with both decisions. That's been hard for me. Because honestly, I didn't really expect to have a 10-year-old at 62 years old. And I'm having to go back and think through a whole lot of things. And neither of my parents are still alive, so I can't call them and go, seriously, did I do this to you? The answer is yes, I did. I already know the answer. My brother tells me all the time. But we have to learn to ask questions that are deep, to ask things that we want to know, to question everything. Scripture says, seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened. Ask and it shall be given to you. It is our job to ask. And we need to understand that wisdom, which is an intuitive knowing, is different than understanding. Wisdom is knowing something. Understanding is knowing the why. So as we look at this power of understanding, and we try to answer the why questions that we have, acknowledging that wisdom is different, we also have to acknowledge that wisdom goes along with understanding. And if you team them up with faith, then you are one of the most powerful beings in the world, in the universe. And we have all 12 powers. We don't realize the power that we have. We play really small most of the time on this earth. But reality is we can be as large and as big and as powerful as we choose to be. It is our choice. Truth comes from a combination of the powers. Linda Martella Whitsett in Divine Audacity says, understanding is making sense of those facts and of all the information that we have collected and forming connection between them. Back to connecting those dots. Understanding leads us to changeless truth. In the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey said, if I were to summarize in one sentence the single most important principle I have learned in the field of interpersonal relations, it would be this: seek first to understand, then to be understood. Another Sunday school teacher asked in the class, boys and girls, what is brown and furry and has a fluffy tail with a curve on it and collects nuts for the winter and scampers all about in the trees? And this little boy raised his hand and said, I want to say it's a squirrel, but this is church, so I'm going to guess it's Jesus. In his limited understanding, he had been taught that the right answer to everything in church was Jesus. Sometimes, my friends, we need to know when a squirrel is a squirrel. Our understanding is deeper than that of a child. But it doesn't mean we're always going to get it. And as Covey said, we need to first seek to understand others before we try to be understood ourselves. Most of us do this in reverse. We want to be understood. Then we'll try to understand you. When we have a conversation and somebody's talking to us, we often don't really listen to what they're saying. We're trying to figure out what we're going to say next, how we're going to reply, what it means to me. Are they really talking to me, or is this a general conversation about something else? We have all these thoughts running through our head, when reality is all we're supposed to be doing is listening. Listening for them, seeking to understand them, not trying to make them understand our side, our view, or us. We listen with an intent to reply. Often that creates a wrong understanding. We need to truly listen to people. I've understood and been helped to understand over the years that people have different lived experiences than mine. That's hard sometimes. My best friend is a black female. I do not understand what she's been through in this world. She can tell me. I can sit there and smile and shake my head and get it. And empathetically, and because I'm an empath, I can take it all on and understand it. But I haven't lived it. My partner of almost 27 years now is Hispanic. And I can tell you that for 27 years, when we walk into a room, he views everything and everyone very differently than I do. And sometimes he'll just lean over and politely go, "You know I'm the only brown person in this room, right?" Yep. It is different. It is a lived experience that I haven't had. 15 years ago, I was on the board of the LGBTQ Center in Orlando. And one of the deals of being on the board was you also agreed to work one night a week. And I worked the night of the week that the trans group, or one of the trans groups, met. And I became really good friends with one of the leaders of the trans group. She was beautiful, she was smart, and she was everything in the world that I don't understand. We would have long conversations, and I would try to get it, but I just couldn't. And on about the third conversation, she looked at me and said, "Do your parents understand you being gay?" I'm like, "No. They love me, they care for me, but no, they don't get it." And she goes, "Understand, you will never get this." I went, "Okay." And then she followed it with, "But you can love and support me anyway." Empathy, loving and supporting people we don't get. I don't need to understand your life. I don't need to understand every step you've taken, everything that's happened. But I can empathize with you, and I can support you on your journey, and I can love you and care about you. And I think if we do more of that in our world, we're going to see huge changes as we all grow in consciousness and in love. So question everything. Seek answers of truth in times of meditation and prayer. Show empathy to others. Support everyone's journey. And show empathy to yourself. Love yourself. Recognize what's happening in you. And understand that in the prayer for protection that we'll say in a little while, when we say wherever God is, that is true. Because God is you. God is with you. God is within you. Stay connected to people. Find new ways to connect. And know that wherever you are, God is, and all is well. Namaste, my friends.
As always, you are inspiring, and what I really appreciate is your authenticity. You just speak from the heart. I think everyone took something from that. I love your humor, so thank you so much. Truly, thank you. So I want to thank you ahead of time for your offertory and tell you the different ways that you can give. So the easiest way, the way that I do it, is right there on my cell phone. It is so easy. The way you start out is by doing a little text, and this is the phone number that you text to, 844-937-1769. After you do that, you'll get set up so that all you have to do is put the number in that you want to donate and press send. It's so easy, and I recommend that everybody look into doing that. Other ways are to go to our website, unityofvero.org, and you will find a donate button. And of course, you can send a check to the church, and our address is online. And if you would like to request prayer, don't hesitate to reach out to us at the email unityvero@gmail.com. So go ahead and take your offertory, and it may be your telephone if you just took my recommendation, and we're going to say the offertory blessing. Divine love,
Through me,
blesses and multiplies all that
that
I
I
have, all that
that
I
I
give,
give,
and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And our ushers, Kay and Tammy, will make their way through the congregation at this time. Thank you.
So this is a song that Betsy Joe wrote.
22 years ago. Ha ha ha.
Yes, when Richard and Marilyn were still here. That's why the song is called We're Rich in Heart.
It's called Mission of Love, actually, but that's okay.
Our missions were destined long ago to come together to share what we know. Our essence is love, we are one. Our light shine brighter than the sun. We're rich in heart, we are so wealthy. Our hearts are filled with love so pure. And even when we leave our destined path, our return to love is sure.
Flowing through our spirit light bodies is the joy of our flight. Sharing our light, teaching from our sight, remembering that heaven is right near.
Wisdom comes in many forms. It is the knowing that we grow. We're thankful for everything that's given us and the seeds that we now sow. We're rich in heart, we are so wealthy. Our hearts are filled with love so pure. And even when we leave our destined path, our return to love is sure. Our love has inspired us to serve one and all, surrendering to the divine. As we appreciate all our precious time, our lives are truly sublime.
We are blessed on our journey as our mission continues on. We will always be a family. The light of love is our home.
We are so wealthy, our hearts are filled with love so pure. And even when we leave our destined path, our return to love is sure. Our return to love is sure.
And so it is.
Thank you for the wonderful music always. So welcome to all of you who are new to Unity Spiritual Center of Vero Beach, both here and online. Lisa, you're not kidding. This is, I need to stand like far away.
It's hot.
There we go. Maybe that will be better. It's like very loud. So again, welcome. I'm happy to be here to give you announcements. First of all, I want to thank Barb Brooks for yesterday. She chaired with the Green Team to have a wonderful speaker here all about recycling. And boy, did we ever learn a lot, a tremendous amount, and a lot of good questions. And really changed my way of thinking about it. So it was very cool for the Green Team. And a month from now, there'll be another presentation. More information will come out in the path and an announcement so that you'll know about joining the Green Team, because it's an exciting group. Thanks, Barb. Your search committee continues to meet and review applications for our full-time minister's position, and as we affirmed, the right and energetic and invigorating person is coming our way. So we're excited to bring you a silent fundraiser in time for you to plan for yourself a little staycation or for guests. It's an auction for a one-night stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott here in Vero. So there's a place to go, and it's kind of lengthy, this HTTP to register. So I would just say contact the office. Lisa's in the office, and Charlotte, myself, Leslie, on different days, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Call to the office. We'll give you that information so you can get registered for the fundraiser, so you can get that little stay at the Marriott. Moving with Your Powers is a class that's meeting now on Wednesdays from 10:30 to 11:45 here in the sanctuary. It's an hour of movement and then 15 minutes of chilling.
Patty, can I just tell everybody how wonderful it is? It is so wonderful. If you're available, please come.
Well, thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. So
Hope you don't mind.
I actually lead the class, so it is pretty wonderful. It's just a lot of fun. So we did Life, the Power of Life. That was last Wednesday. This Wednesday is Release. So every week there's one power or multiple powers that we wrap the movement around. So it's very cool. Plan to attend a very special musical day, Sunday, July 25th. That's going to be young, talented musicians that are going to be playing here during our service. And then later that same day at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, there's going to be a fantastic concert. It's led with Dr. Jacob Craig, who's the musical director at the First Presbyterian Church of Vero. So this concert is open to all. It's by donation. Suggested donation is just $10, and that's for the 4 o'clock concert. There'll be wine and refreshments. Seating is limited, so you do need to make reservations. You can do that at www.verovinofestival.com. Better than that is contacting Glenn, who's in the back right now. Glenn. There's Glenn. Any questions, you can direct it to Glenn. You can give him your reservation. He has a contact havepianowillduel@gmail.com, or even you can phone him. I'm not sure if you want me to do that right now, so I think we should just contact and talk to Glenn about any details with that. So there's a lot of activities going on. We welcome everyone every Sunday. We welcome everyone to get involved, to stay connected, volunteer, offer whatever you would like to be doing. We can certainly find something for everyone to do. So thank you.
So before we do our prayer for protection, if it is comfortable for you to stand and sing the peace song with us.
Just move around, get
And if not,
oxygen and blood flowing.
Feel free to remain seated. Yes. Okay. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each
together we say the prayer for protection. The
light of God
surrounds us.
The
The love of God enfolds us.
The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Blessing.